Alright, y'all, so it's 7:20 on Friday morning. As you all know, I'm getting ready to go to, my husband and I and the family are getting ready to go on the Easter weekend retreat. It's an annual thing that the family does. We spend the whole weekend out in the country, etc., etc. So since I'm vegetarian, I am actually making my meals for the weekend because they barbecue and they do all kinds of stuff, and I know I'm not going to be able to eat any of that. So what I'm taking with me, I have 2 more of these portobello burgers, so that when they do have barbecue, I can have some. Also, I am about to make a big pot of pinto beans. Right here, I just have some onions that I diced up, and I seasoned them pretty heavily because I am making a vegetable broth, and I always use onions as my vegetable for my broth. And so what I usually will do is just dice them up like this and let them kind of simmer down a bit. And I did add adobo, I added seasoning salt, I added garlic, I added some dill seasoning, pepper, etc. And I'm going to do it all in one pot. So I'm just letting this kind of get the flavor in there into the onions. Let them get a little bit translucent. And I have had my pinto beans soaking overnight. This is a pretty big serving. It's a big one of those big glad bowls. Because I want it to last me the weekend. And then, so anyway, how I do this is I'm going to go ahead and add the water to this for my broth. And then I usually let the broth kind of cook for maybe an hour, just to get the flavor into the broth. And then I'm going to add my beans in and let them cook on low for like maybe 3 or 4 hours. And then I'm going to make a big pot of brown rice, and I'm going to make a batch of cornbread. And then I will take all that, pack it up in Tupperware. That will be what I eat for the weekend as far as lunch and dinner. What I'm going to also do, I have another bag of boca crumbles that I bought the other day. I'm actually going to, since those only take like 5 minutes to warm up in the skillet, and when my beans are almost done, I'm going to add the boca crumbles in there to kind of make it a little bit heartier. And so I'm pretty excited about it. And I guess I wanted to do another recipe video just because a couple of people have been asking me about recipes, about vegan options and different things like that. I'm not vegan, I am vegetarian, but a lot of the stuff that I tend to eat doesn't have dairy or eggs or whatever. Like my cornbread does, but like the bean recipe doesn't have any animal products. Or like my chili recipe doesn't have any animal products, stuff like that. So yeah, this is a good way, like the same way you would put like a turkey wing or whatever and make a broth out of it. You're just going to make a vegetable broth, and then that's going to impart that flavor into your veggies. And so I have so much to do today, but let's just get started with the day generally. I'll update you on the beans throughout the day. Alright, y'all, so it's been an hour and a half, about an hour and a half that my broth has been going on low. It's very hot, but it smells really good. This is pretty much, when the water looks brown like this, that's pretty much when I kind of figure it's done. And when I can smell it all through the house, then I kind of know, like, okay, it's getting there. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put my beans in, and I'm going to let these cook down for probably about 3 hours, and then I'll see how they are as far as tenderness. Alright, y'all, so I got some brown rice going here. Over here is actually my little block of the boca veggie crumbles. I have my pinto beans already done cooking. Just a little bit of that. I've been cooking those all day. And what I'm going to do, since there's so much broth in here, I'm actually going to strain off a lot of this broth. I'm going to strain the beans and put the broth in a different bowl. And then I'm going to add my veggie crumbles to the beans. And then add some brown sugar to it. And then I'm going to add the broth back in after I add the meat in. I just don't want it to be too watery. I want it to kind of be a little bit more solid. And then, of course, I've got my cornbread in the oven. And no, it's not no Jiffy. It's from scratch. Oh, and Bubby's is back here. Which side is her face? Oh, that's not her face. She's sleeping, I think. Are you sleeping, Bubby's? I think she's asleep back there. Yeah. Because I've been packing. I've been getting all our stuff together. Trying to make sure we have everything for the whole weekend. There's so much that you need when you have a baby. Here's all our junk. And this is not even all of it. But her clothes, my clothes for Sunday, her clothes for the weekend. Got the pack and play, all of our stuff. He's coming too.
Oh.
The jumper is coming. Beanie is coming, so we're gonna have to take her.
And husband.
I have to take her kennel.
It might even come in. It might even be visible. Will they just see?
Yeah, you can see you. And so and then we still have like a duffel bag in here that needs to be packed with hubby's stuff, but it's pretty much just my bathrobe and some boots in here that I couldn't fit in everything else. So man, I've been on it today. My food is almost ready for the whole weekend. I'm glad about that. I got all of Gracie's stuff packed. I feel like I'm on the ball. So this is it for today. Y'all not gonna see me again till Monday, and it will be pretty much the whole weekend of vlogging. I'm gonna vlog all weekend. So got my extra batteries packed. See y'all. Peace. Alright y'all, so I did lie. You see me one more time. I just wanted to show y'all the finished product of my food. This is my pinto beans with the ground veggie crumbles. And this is pretty much the consistency of it. I didn't add all the broth back into it, but there's 2 big bowls over here. That should definitely last me through the weekend. I got my cornbread here, which is delicious. And I got my brown rice over here, which is all done. So all my food came out great. It's all delicious. I tasted the beans. I tasted the cornbread. I'm all set for the weekend. For real this time. Love y'all.